probably don't want to make these discussions items. They're just statements which people want to make.
So, cycle safety.
Cycling, Councillor Dick?
Following the latest tragic death of a cyclist, I've had discussion with Anne Redgrave, our transport manager, and she's cognizant of the issue as well and is intending to engage her road safety people in some research and some possible response to this. It's a very serious situation. There'll be two here, but what's of even more significance is that 7 out of the last fatal accidents involving cyclists 7 out of the last 8 have been cyclist versus truck.
Yeah.
And so what the outcome may be, it's possibly more likely to be a drive towards some national advocacy in conjunction with police, traffic safety and NZTA, but just to let you know that we're doing some work on that and bring it to the next transport meeting.
Thank you, Councillor Dick. Next item. Health and safety. Oh, you've done that. She's have you done that? Discharges. Her history discharges.
Yeah, that's mine. I've been talking with Councillor Curtin about this particular issue because we've been receiving a fair amount of flack around Napier's recent discharges into the of raw sewage into the Ahuriri estuary, and we understand from Ian that there's been an investigation that's either happened or is ongoing. And all I'm asking for is that we get a report back at probably the Environment Services Committee as to where that investigation is up to and what the results are of it. Because I think the public is demanding to know what the hell's going on.
Okay, we note that. If we can get a report on that, I'm really interested too. Next one. Feedlots. Who had that?
Yep. Again, that's me. We've been, I and other councillors have been receiving a fair bit of feedback of last couple of weeks about feedlots that have been going on down in Central Hawke's Bay specifically, but not necessarily. And we understand that staff were due to report back to us in, I think it was the May or June meeting on what the feedlot situation is up to. What I would like to know as part of that report back, again, if we could potentially bring it forward to the Environment Services Committee, is I'm really keen to know what are the conditions of the consents that have been approved, and how are these going to meet the requirements of the Regional Resource Management Plan.
Okay, we note that. You note that to James. Another one.
So thank you, Chair. Very, very quickly, that's the council tree farm in the Elbow. Just to observation, and I did catch up with the forestry team this morning. They have removed. There was a whole lot of trees on the final corner coming south that were a hazard to the road. I just note with interest that most of them have been taken down. There's 6 more to go. So just it's quite significant that it's taken this time, but it's actually been done. So worth mentioning. Thank you.
Thank you. And there was one more, gravel.
Thank you. Just on the feedlots quickly, I think it's really important that we have a discussion around that. And obviously you're getting a bit of flack, but actually they're operators who are in the process of working through consents, and any sort of discussion outside of that needs to take in the wider picture before any stones are thrown. So I understand that there's some expertise available in our workshop next Wednesday that we might wish to consider. But anyway, the gravel, there was a meeting in Central Hawke's Bay last Thursday evening, and I think about 30 people attended. That was a pretty good turnout in a small community. Midweek night, and the staff here had also presented to the District Council during the day. So just in terms of progress, this is when the council is looking to be having regional council that has the consent of the gravel extraction across the region manages where the extraction will take place, and it looks like they'll be directing some of it, a portion of it, to Central Hawke's Bay where the need's the greatest. So just for your feedback, it was a pretty well attended community meeting, and there's a lot of interest down there in this issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's the end of our items on the agenda. So now we're going to move into public excluded and to talk about item 17. So we need a mover to move in. Councillor, second. All those in favour? We're going to recall that everyone seconded.